Hi, everybody. Claudia McMullen here from Hugo Coffee Roasters. As I know you all know, we are a coffee roasting company with an animal welfare mission named after my handsome rescue pup, Hugo, who sadly just passed away. But in any event, how we honor Hugo and how we honor our mission is we partner every week with a specific small animal rescue nationwide. And today we happen to be partnering with a local, one of our fan fave local rescues, which is called Fetch Cares. And we're here with the lovely Tori from Fetch Cares. Hi, Tori.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. Now, first things first, Tori.
Yes.
I want to thank you so much for the tree in honor of my Hugo. That was so sweet. I can tell that my crying has kind of waned a little bit, but you got the tears going again yesterday when I got that beautiful gift in honor of my boy Hugo. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was very sweet and touching. Now, Tori, tell everybody all about the great organization Fetch Cares. How long you've been around? What's your mission? Where are you located? That kind of thing.
So we, it was always kind of a dream of mine and my family's to do some kind of dog rescue hospice kind of thing. Just kind of didn't think that was possible because it just seemed like such a big dream. And then back in 2017, Elwood came to us. And so that's how Fetch Care started. Elwood was a puppy who ended up becoming paralyzed because he had a bad reaction to a vaccine, which is super, super, super rare.
Yeah.
And so he became completely paralyzed. And by the time he got to us, we weren't really sure if he was going to make it. But through a whole lot of working with different vets and specialists and a lot of rehab and just, constant work on my mom's part of really working with him with his rehab and everything, he is doing great. He's still with us and he walks and his back legs are a little deformed, but otherwise he's completely normal.
So is Elwood the German Shepherd mix?
Nope, he's the mini Schnauzer.
Mini Schnauzer. Okay. Because I saw a video recently of a German Shepherd. I think it was a German Shepherd that didn't have the use of its back legs, but that wasn't.
Yep, that's Guinness. Yeah, he's kind of one of our originals too. He's been with us for like 4-ish years.
Wow.
So yeah.
Now, did Fetch precede Fetch Cares?
Yes. Yep. So Fetch started in 2014.
Okay.
And so that Fetch, our business side, which is daycare and boarding, hiking, that kind of stuff, really gives us the base of what we need to be able to do Fetch Cares because it gives us the property and housing and that kind of thing. So we're very lucky.
Yes.
Because of that.
Now we have to talk about this one topic, Missy, and that is, hold on, Jack.
Mr. Jack.
So now, as you know, this is our second fundraiser for Fetch Cares.
Yes.
And through our first fundraiser for Fetch Cares that Beth, our fantastic philanthropy manager at Hugo Coffee, met Jack before the fundraiser. And it was during our conversation on the live stream where I said, got to make sure that Beth adopts Jack to melt her cold black heart. And what happened? She did. And this is the Jackiversary, as Beth likes to say, of the adoption from Fetch Cares of Jack by our Beth.
Yes.
And this is for anybody. Hold on.
When you give him a treat, if you give her a treat, you have to watch it. Oh,
that's Jack. So we're timing our second fundraiser for the week of Jackiversary, which is this week. So Beth is adamant that this be I am as well, as is everybody, that this be a successful fundraiser. So we have to do everything we can to get the word out to
Yeah.
spread the word that this is the week, the fundraising for Fetch Cares, where Hugo Coffee gives $2.50 for every item sold on the website during the course of the week to Fetch Cares in honor of Jackiversary.
Yes, we're very, very, very grateful for you. And Jacko he's still a very special boy. He's spent the night with us a couple weeks ago, and we always enjoy having him back. He's just a ray of sunshine, really. He's so special.
He's like it's ridiculous. He's like the perfect dog.
He
He's
is.
the perfect dog. First of all, he's the perfect dog temperamentally, right?
Yes.
He's fantastic. He's a tripod with a smile. Like you
Yes.
can't beat those three things. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just completely ridiculous. And now he's our office dog.
Yes.
He
He
comes
really lucked out.
He really did. All right, so let's talk about your other residents. Now, Fetch Cares are you like a hybrid sanctuary rescue because you keep some animals for the rest of their natural lives?
Yeah, so we're considered a rescue and a hospice. Almost all of the dogs that we take in either have a disability, whether it's physical, like Jackie, is missing a front leg, or some kind of medical issues, or they're seniors and they're still healthy but need a place to live out the rest of their life until they're ready to cross the Rainbow Bridge. So so some of them do stay with us for the rest of their life, and it really it's dependent on them. We really believe that they tell us when they're ready to go. So it could be a couple weeks. We've had dogs that we had one hospice dog that was with us for about 2.5 years. So
Yeah, like that was like your Jimmy Carter dog.
yeah. Yeah.
Like I think one of the best things about Jimmy Carter surviving so long in hospice is it tells the world that you can, just because you go into hospice doesn't necessarily mean you're leaving us tomorrow.
Right.
You can hang on and still live a fulfilling, great life.
Yes, for sure.
That's wonderful. Now, Tori, where do the animals come from that come to Fetch Cares? I know probably from a number of sources, but like do they come from other rescues? Do they come from shelters? Do they come from individuals who are seeking to rehome or are having issues in their
Yeah.
home?
Most of the dogs that come to us usually come from the vet clinic, because their people will take them into the vet clinic because they're injured or sick or something, and they decide to euthanize. But the vet might say, hey, he has a good chance if he can get the treatment. And so kind of depending on what their people want, and the prognosis that the vet gives, oftentimes they will relinquish the dog to us, and then at that point we're able to get them the proper treatment. So a lot of times vet clinics will reach out to us and say, hey, we have this dog. Actually, yesterday we had White Pine reach out to us because they had a little Jack Russell puppy that got trampled by an elk, and has a severely broken back leg. And the people left the dog at the vet clinic. So they contacted us, and then the little puppy is actually getting surgery on its leg today and will be on his way to recovery. So a lot of times they come from vet clinics. The vets will contact us. Sometimes shelters will contact us. Shelters don't usually have the means to give the treatment to the dogs. And they don't want them sitting there in the shelter without any treatment. So they contact us. And occasionally individuals will contact us. So,
and how many animals do you have now, for example?
Right now, we actually had a whole slew of them get adopted, which is, So right now we only have 5 dogs.
Well, that's awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
It's awesome because that means a number of dogs have found their forever home and you have some capacity to help other dogs.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
That's wonderful. And how much capacity do you guys have?
It really just depends.
Probably
Kind
on
of
the need, right? On the on the need, the level of need
yes.
of a big
Yep.
dog.
Yep, exactly. The level of needs that they need, which also depends on if they can go into a foster home or if they need to stay here. If we have a foster lined up, we can usually take more rather than just shoving them all in here. So it really just depends. But on average, I would say that we have around 8 to 12
Okay.
dogs.
Okay. All right. So you have some capacity with, but that's all of that is good news,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Just had successful adoptions happen, and you have some room to help some other needy animals in need, which is wonderful. So now, Tori, tell me a little bit about, like, just say, for example, that we did a great job and we raised like $300 for your organization. And in honor of
Look
Jack,
at that smile.
look at that smile. Now, okay, so now say that we just did a great job and we could raise like $300. What kind of impact would $300 have on Fetch Cares?
Oh, great impact. Every bit helps. This little Jack Russell that
Yeah.
is getting her surgery today, it can help go towards her surgery, her medicine that she's going to need after surgery, her rehab that she'll need to get her leg working well again. She's only 5 months old, so that it really it saves a life. No matter how much it is, it saves a life. And we're very appreciative of all the help, all the donations, because it allows us to help them. We're not able to do anything that we do without the help from the community.
Which is exactly why we support. This is why we fulfill our mission by supporting organizations like yours, because of a number of reasons. As you know, the work of animal welfare is done by the thousands and thousands of organizations like yours dotting this country, right? That's the majority of the work of animal welfare is done by that. And we know at Hugo that fact, right? Number one. Number two, we know that the minute we Venmo or give you a check, that money goes to help the animals.
Yes. Yep.
Which is why we
100%.
do it. Yeah, which is why we do it. So, all right, now Tori, we have 3.5 more days. So we got to get the word out. So we got to get people to buy fantastic Hugo coffee. And it's really good coffee.
Oh, yes.
And if you don't like coffee, buy a mug, buy a t-shirt, buy a hat, buy something. But buy something in honor of Jackiversary, number one. And two, no, actually in honor of Jackiversary, but more importantly, to support Fetch Cares, because we want to support that poor baby 5-month-old Jack Russell who needs medical care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's truly a win-win for people because you get the great coffee, and it truly is really good coffee. We drink it here. It's always on the counter whenever somebody comes here. They're the first thing people do is go towards the coffee maker to get a cup of coffee. So yeah, I mean, even if you don't drink coffee, there's the mug you can use for tea.
That's right.
A great present. You are coming up on the holidays, so it'd be a great present to stock up now and give it to your people for the holidays too. So it truly is a win-win to get amazing coffee and to help animals.
Yes, and we have dog toys and dog bowls too now.
Oh, awesome. I didn't know that.
Yes. And their logo dog bowl, like it's a collapsible dog bowl for like for camping and that kind of thing. And then the dog toy is a squishy dog toy in the form of a bona fide coffee bag.
Oh, that's awesome. We'll have to get some of those.
True story. So, okay, now, but before we go, I also want to ask you about, I want you to tell me the story of Barb Phillips and the flight for one of your animals.
Yeah, so we had a dog, a little like lab pit mix that came to us. She was actually at a shelter that contacted us to get another dog. And when we got there, they said, "Hey, can you help this dog as well?" She had actually been picked up as a stray several months prior. And so she had been in the shelter for several months and had just completely shut down emotionally, and they really wanted to get her out of there. And so we said, well, yeah, we'll take her. And so she came, and had been with us since February, actually. So she'd been with us for quite a while and really blossomed into her personality. And one of our employees, her dad, was interested in adopting her. However, he lives all the way in Pennsylvania. So
Oh,
we had to get her there. And one of our really good friends, Barb Phillips, was flying to Kentucky and said that we could hitch a ride with her. So Ira got to take a flight to Kentucky and then drove the rest of the way up to our new home. And she's super obsessed with moving water, with rivers and anything like that. And he lives right next to a creek. So we think that it was just meant to be.
that's
And
fantastic. Oh, I love
yes,
that story. First of all, Barb is a gangster. She's
oh my
she's
gosh.
amazing. She's
Yes.
amazing. Barb and Mike are like animal welfare people's dream
Oh yes.
because they're they're such passionate animal lovers,
Yes.
animal rescuers. So we love them. So big shout out to Barb and Mike and everybody over at Saving Gracie as well.
Yes.
But this is about Fetch Cares. So we got to get the word out, Tori, for the next 3.5 days, because I want to write you a big old check on Monday.
Yes. Yes.
I do. And I want to help that baby. I want to help that 5-month-old Jack Russell who's going to have some medical care
Yes.
and expenses piling up. So
Yes.
let's get the word out. Let's have a great last 3.5 days of our fundraiser. And let's you, Tori, have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you. You too. And say hi to Jack for me.
I shall indeed. Thanks you.
Thank you.